Thank you so much for having me for this session. It's a real privilege. Longevity and living longer in that sense means that life is no longer this simply linear model that we are quite used to. We are moving from a fairly three-stage model that was education, work, some saving, and then retirement. Kind of that was the model we know, like our grandparents did it, our parents did it. And we are now moving to a more multi-stage life that includes pauses in a sense of caregiving, stepping out of workforce, looking for children, looking for parents, then also reskilling. And all of this challenges the traditional assumptions that old age starts with 65, and it's pre-65 and post-65. And I mean, this quite black and white thinking is completely set off with this new multi-stage thinking. Then obviously also longer life, they require financial, social, and health systems to evolve to cover for these new challenges. We also must start to design careers that accommodate more for this longevity risk, the risk that you run out of financial means before you run out of life, very frankly speaking. For example, that would mean that we have these second careers, we have delayed retirement, we have more flexible work models, especially at older stage. Simply all that would allow people to, on one hand, care for others, but also to be retained in the workforce for as long as possible. And in essence, you could say longevity is not just about living longer in that sense, but living better across longer time horizons. And this covers financial security, purpose, well-being at every stage. And financial resilience must integrate also longevity literacy, meaning that helping individuals understand how to finance longer lives, how to plan, and also that this requires different saving behaviors and spending patterns, but also it would be great to see new products and services which enable this different mindset of spending and saving. And overall, I believe the individual resilience, it heavily depends on proactive investment in your own health skills and social capital, but essential for overall.
What do you think the opportunities are then?
Definitely this whole longevity transition is a multi-trillion dollar, franc, whatever currency you want to take opportunity. And it needs to be addressed holistically. I believe it's not something which you can just tackle from one angle. I see definitely there is a need for businesses that they can look into designing products and services that serve the 50 plus population, not only in healthcare, but as mentioned in finance, in housing, in education and insurance, but also in leisure, in sports activities, because it's just a factor of community building. Insurers, asset managers, banks, they could all create longevity adjusted products and services. And we should see more for flexible investment portfolios or even longevity literacy programs. That's more on the business side. That longevity is not only around the change in customer age and behavior. It's also about that the employee base is aging. And here in Switzerland, we'll see that by 2030, more than 1/3 of the whole employee basis will be above 50. That brings additional challenges for employers.
You are building a longevity-ready future for people. Talk about Wellthspan advisory and your vision. And if there's one priority action that people should take right now, what is it?
With Wellthspan Advisory, my vision in a way is to make longevity literacy mainstream. I focus on the intersection of finance, risk, management and longevity, and this understanding of how health and wealth are connected, and advocate for a future where health is treated and as an asset. That's the key thing for me that I want to bring across, is when we speak especially around the wealth management, we always talk about these assets and asset classes. And I want to propagate for that we see health as kind of our core asset class. It doesn't strictly tick all the boxes of the definition of an asset class, but just simply from a mindset perspective with giving it a value, because health has a large value and people should be aware that this has a large value. And also I want to bring across how the health status should be more included in the whole wealth planning, because it's a key driver on get the wealth planning personalized and right. Further, for me, it's important to bring across that financial security is viewed as a result of lifestyle and planning, and not simply luck. I aim to build, or have built this framework, this 5+1 framework. I'm working on creating education programs or workshops and partnerships that empower individuals and organizations to thrive in this longevity economy. I would give one thing, it's this aspect of taking ownership and not waiting.
Nadine Esposito, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you again for having me. It was a real pleasure and honor.